When I was 16, I started in the motor trade. I worked at P Sparks Garage in Blagdon Hill, who was the main Lancia dealer. I worked for them for 14 years to 94. So on the Lancia range, there's not really anything I can't do. I can strip them, rebuild them, and there's not many left. The ones what have survived are in very good condition. People spend a lot of money to keep them that way. The Volume X Coupe, the one I've bought, I was very lucky. It had 29,000 miles on the clock when I bought it. I actually bought it without seeing it. It's now done just under 37,000. So lots of things on this particular car, like the original mud flaps. Most of the cars have lost their mud flaps over the years. Still got the original Lancia rally sticker in the back window, and it's not faded because it's spent most of its life in garages being covered up, so it's never really seen the sun. Like the interior cloth is still like the day it was come out the factory. So quite a few things on this particular car is a bit of a one-off really. You don't really get that nowadays. It's got the 2-litre supercharged engine, which only come out for 2 or 3 years. The very last of the Beta Coupes. The colour was the colour I was looking for, the racing Italian red. So it's just very hard to find them in this condition. The chap who bought it new bought it as a retirement present to himself, and he had it in this country for I think about 6 months, and he moved to South Africa where he kept the car there. So we're quite lucky we got some of the original records of the work, what's been done to the car in South Africa, and unfortunately he passed away, but in his will his son had to bring the car back, so they brought it back into the country. His son, however, didn't really have too much love for the car, so it sat in his garage for quite a few years, until eventually he let the local garage have it, which they bought it off him, and they thought how amazing it was for it to be in that condition, so they put it in their showroom, and that's where it stayed for several years, quite a few years, and to the point where they were having some work done, and then they sold it on to a Lancia specialist, Richard Thorne, who then did a few bits and pieces, oil filter, various bits, and sold it to the chap who I bought it off of. Now he sold it to me because it got to 29,000 miles and he really didn't want to take it over 30,000. That's the reason he sold it. And I actually bought the car without actually seeing it. I bought it through eBay. It was a lucky find.